I want to give y'all a little information. Hopefully, this is gonna be some motivation. I done made $2,500 in less than 48 hours. And I mean, I got other things I do too, but I'm talking about I made $2,500 just off the rap game in less than 48 hours. Let me clarify that. So basically, what I did was I connected with this artist, and he was getting like anywhere from 8,000 to maybe 12,000 a show. And I was kind of letting them know, you know, I can set you up some shows, bro. But you're gonna have to go lower, and they're gonna be smaller venues. Like don't miss out on the smaller venues because you feel like as an artist they're setting you back because you should only be doing big shows because smaller towns missing out on you, and they missing out on you. You missing out on the fan base because you won't go to these smaller towns. So, long story short, he agreed, and when he agreed, I called some clubs, I called some promoters, and I talked to the club owners and promoters, and I told them, hey, he finna do some shows for $2,500. You also got to take care of hotel rooms. And in less than 48 hours, I booked him 5 shows. And the deal that I had with him was he get 2,000, I get 500. So he actually made 10 grand in less than 48 hours off of his career. He got 5 shows now. When he go to the shows, he probably gonna have features and a whole bunch of other different things, which I'm trying to organize that as well while he down. Even sponsorship from like going to like a restaurant. Like, hey man, look, a restaurant gonna give you some free food. They're gonna give you $400-$500. Just come through for like an hour, take pictures, yada yada yada. There's all type of ways to make money off of it once you become a celebrity. So yeah, long story short, he made 10 grand, I made 2,500. And this is what a lot of artists gotta understand when you're looking at this as a business. If you got a small bar or club, they could pay you $2,500. If they only hold 100 people, they could pay you $2,500. They could charge $35 at the door. 100 people, that's $3,500. They done basically paid you your $2,500, and they done put $1,000 in their pocket. And depending on how big that bar is, if they got security and a DJ or whatnot, 500 of that gonna pay for they security, they bartenders, and the DJ, and the other 500 gonna go in their pocket. So they made $500 profit off the dough. Then they could sell VIPs, whatever they make off of VIPs, or either meet and greets, whatever they make off the meet and greets. But the biggest thing for a bar or club will be their bar. And if you got 100 people in there that night, you're gonna be made $2,000 just off the bar. Minimum about 1,000. In all clubs, that's all they really want to make, man. It's probably about $1,000 a night. If you can make a club $1,000 a night, they'll give you the fucking dough every fucking night. Like smaller clubs, like you got some big clubs that's doing fucking 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 at the bar. So I'm not talking about that. Understand? I'm talking about these small bars, 100 to 200 people, 300 people. They looking for promoters, and if you can, show them what you can do, they ready to work with you. So, you got to think about that. The small venues, how that 100 people, the $2,500 they paying, if they sell 25 tickets or whatnot, they done broke even. That's how they looking at it, because the 25 people gon' basically pay for that. Then the money they gonna make off the bar, they gonna break even, between 25 tickets to maybe 40 ticket sales off the door in the bar. So they know they're gonna do that. Like most clubs know how many people gonna come, like on a given Friday or a given Saturday. So they can say, well, these people gonna be here regardless. Then plus we probably gonna get some extra people, so it's worth it. Just like that. So, That's what I've been trying to teach artists for a long time, different strategies to make money in the music business. But these days, you got so many artists who still want to be signed. You got so many artists who still want somebody to take care of them, like pay for their studio time, pay for their flyers, do all this shit. And then what I done seen too many times in the music industry is when the shit get big and the artists get big, then he start complaining about he should have more money, or why he didn't get this money, or this dude robbing me, or this dude robbing me. And most of the time it just be because the artists don't understand the business and they don't understand what they sign. And what you got to understand is if you want somebody else to do the work for you, then you got to give up a certain percentage of your money. And that's what I explain to people when I book shows for them, like major artists that I book shows for. My time isn't worth 10%. That's just what it is. Like, I'm not doing shit for 10%. I did that back in the day, and then when I got a little bit more wise, I figured it out. Like, man, I'm putting a lot of time into this. I'm making shit happen. I'm not just picking up the phone when somebody called me. I'm picking up the phone and making calls to make sure I find something. And that deserves more than 10%. So when I get the 20%, and depending on how many shows I get, it go up to 30%, 40%, and even 50%. You know what I mean? I done had certain artists give me 50%, but I was doing numbers for them. They was getting 6 figures, off of me, just off of my work. So, people got to understand that. I went bought my first Lamborghini off of booking shows. I went and bought my first Rolls Royce off of booking shows. Like, literally, only booking shows bought me those 2 cars. Like, I made so much money that it was steady adding up. I went and bought those 2 cars just off of booking shows only, nothing else, And then it got bigger. But I was like, well, I gotta go invest in some more businesses. Ain't no need to just keep putting money in the bank. Let me go find some other different things I could do. Buy real estate, start a car lot, start a construction business. Let's do stocks. Let's have a portfolio of businesses. And now it's growing to where now I want to do a whole bunch of more businesses. Like, within the next few years, I might have about 30 businesses. And when I say them businesses, my shit winning. Like, I ain't just starting no shit and we making $300 a month, $500 a month type shit. No, sir. We each business, we gonna be making anywhere from 5 figures to like 6 figures off of each business. Like, I got that much hustle in me, that much grind in me. I figure this shit out, and then I'm finding people who got it in them to work with me, which is extremely hard. But I mean, that's another story, and that's another video. But hopefully you got some knowledge from this conversation. And if you want to work with me, hit me up 318-540-9376. I got a lot of strategies for you. As I've been telling you, if you watch my other videos, you can either work or pay. You can work with me, and I'm going to give you the information for free. And it's going to last longer, and it's going to be stronger because you're exercising the principles that I'm going to be teaching you. Or you can pay me, and I'm going to tell you everything I know. I'm going to shoot you some videos that I ain't got to give to everybody. Like, I don't just put that shit on YouTube. Like, you got to actually pay me to get this shit. And I'm going to send you the links, and then shit, you can watch the videos over and over and over again. The only thing I be trying to tell people is the difference between working with me and paying me is that you're going to have a personal coach, somebody who's going to motivate you and push you. And a lot of people, they'll pay for something. They'll pay for like information, and the information be true, but you won't put the full work ethic behind it. That's why it don't normally, turn into gold for you. Honor weaves gold, and when you stick to something and you determine, it ain't got no choice but to prosper. Like, if you plant a seed and you water it every day and you give it sun, I'd be damned if a flower don't grow. You know what I'm saying? But half of y'all just want to plant a seed and leave it in the shade and don't nurture it like it's supposed to be nourished, and then you expect it to get some type of fruit or food from it, and that ain't gonna happen, man. Holla at me. Baby Savage, gotta grind while I'm still grounded, because once I get up in the air, I'm staying there. I ain't coming down. You understand? Facts. Holla.